Okay, so question 11, the second extended question. Again, a bit of a mixed bag. Bear in mind the average in the country is 2 out of 9, roughly 2 out of 9, which is terrible. All right, I think everyone should be aiming for at least 4 out of 9. And this answer here didn't score any marks, and they didn't write too much, but actually the amount they've written is probably enough to get them 4 marks, and I'll show you how you're going to do that. And I want you to think about applying this to every single extended question. Really obvious. The first thing you really got to do is you have to read the question really carefully, and there's a really simple reason for that. So mechanical and manual guidance can be used when practicing techniques in sport. Assess the advantages and disadvantages of using mechanical and manual guidance when teaching a beginner to swim. This particular person has gone straight away into answering the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, they've gone straight into that. And I can kind of see why they do that. So that's what the question is asking them to do. But what you need to get into your head now is, in this question, you need to figure out what the topic is. Okay, what are they asking you about? So I'm just going to circle the word mechanical, manual guidance. So that is the topic. So I'm going to show you how you can really easily try and get yourself 4 marks for this. You do have to know what mechanical and manual guidance is. So the first thing that you're going to do for 1 mark is you're just going to give a definition of it. Mechanical guidance is the use of a device or equipment to aid practice. That will get you 1 mark. Okay? If you can then give an example of this, that is going to give you another mark. Just going back to this question though, really carefully. If you've read that question carefully, that's why it's so important. It's really important to notice that they talk about a beginner who is a swimmer. So that's so important, a swimmer. This question here, or this answer that somebody else has done, has given a really good definition of mechanical guidance is when you use equipment, 1 mark. But in their examples, especially for their mechanical guidance, they use floats. But they started talking a little bit about backhand in tennis for their example for manual guidance. So that wouldn't get them a mark. They got 1 for the float. So in mechanical guidance, on my answer, I'm going to put e.g. use of floats. Tick. 2 marks already with 2 lines done. I'm then going to define manual guidance, the other topic. Manual guidance is physical support, e.g. in swimming, holding or moving a swimmer's legs in the butterfly kick technique. You could have had other things such as holding the person's waist to hold them upright. Brilliant, you've got 4 marks there. That's so easy. You could then start thinking about the advantages and disadvantages. What would be the advantages of mechanical or manual? Okay, think about manual. Just said they're holding somebody up in the water. Some people might not feel comfortable with that. That's a disadvantage of that. They might not like it. It might be that needs one-on-one tuition when you're teaching someone to use manual guidance. Again, that's not great, is it? Because you can't teach a large group of people. Another problem with manual and mechanical guidance is that people might actually become really reliant on that. As soon as you take that away, they might become so scared of the water and swimming on their own that they don't want to swim, or even dangerous, or really dangerously, it's going to pose some sort of safety hazard with drowning as well. The advantages, think about that, is you've got manual guidance, someone showing you exactly how your legs should be moving in that butterfly action or anything like that. There's much more advantages and disadvantages, which I'm sure you could consider. But again, have a go at answering this question. And again, just to show you that this is so simple, the other extended question, and it's the same on the other paper, discuss the view that sportsmanship is being replaced by gamesmanship in professional sport. I hope you're thinking straight away there of the topic word in this question. So I'm just going to circle them. Sportsmanship, gamesmanship. What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to give a definition of sportsmanship in sport. So a definition is playing by the rules. 1 mark. Then you're going to give a definition of gamesmanship. That's bending the rules to gain an advantage. 2 marks. in 2 lines, easy. The next thing you're going to do then is give an example of sportsmanship. For example, helping a player up off the floor when they've been fouled. Easy. 3 marks out of 4 that you're going to easily get. An example of gamesmanship is then going to be taking the ball into the corner flag and time wasting. It's bending the rules, not quite against the rules, but it's frowned upon. It's against. It's bending those rules slightly to gain an advantage. Okay. If you look at your other paper or any extended questions, if you apply that same thing of finding what the topic is, just giving a definition of it, and giving an example of it, you're going to get 4 out of 9. And then when you write some other things, you're setting yourself up so nicely to try and get yourself 5, 6, maybe even 7 out of 9, which would be so much above the average that's going on in the country. Give yourself a huge advantage when answering these 2 extended questions on your paper. 4 extended questions in total. That is 36 marks there. Boom. Good luck.